गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स, कैसे हो आप सब? आई होप आप सब अच्छे होंगे। सो बेटे, लास्ट डे वी हैव डिस्कस्ड द creation of series using array and dictionary. So we will proceed from that topic only. So let us have the today's session. So earlier we have already discussed bete that series can be created by using array and by using dictionary. But before that, bete, one of you have asked me in last session that madam whether the index can be floating number or not. So let me clear that doubt first, then we will proceed. Okay. So let us take the same example, bete, where we have created a series having element 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, but the index was A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Let us have the index here as floating number. Suppose I am giving 1.1, then 1.2, then 1.3, then 1.4, and then 1.5. But since we are having 5 elements, we will have how many index also? We will have 5 index. So this time I am giving floating numbers. Let's see whether it is accepting or not. It will take some time a day. Okay, now see, the index values are now in floating numbers. Okay, so I think your doubt must have been cleared. Now let us move to the next section. So the third one is using scalar value. Already we have discussed how to create series using array and how to create series using dictionary. Then we will discuss how to create series using scalar value. What does it mean scalar value? If we want to keep the same value throughout the series, then how to create the series let us check. Suppose I am using the same array. Let us take the same array. Okay. What I am doing here, let us skip that one because we have to create from a scalar value. Suppose I am giving here 5 and my index values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think, bete? What will be the output? Any guesses? Now I have given only one scalar value 5 and I have given 5 index values. So what will be our series? How our series will look like? So what will happen, bete? It will give you 5 elements and all those elements will be 5 and index will be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us check the output. Got it? Now index are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since 5 indices were given, so how many times the scalar value will be repeated? It will be repeated for 5 times. So this is the meaning of creating series using scalar value. How many times element will be repeated, bete? It will repeated that many times. The number of indices value you have given, that many times the elements will be repeated. Okay. So bete, I already told you that what is the difference between NumPy and series. In case of NumPy bete, already implicit index value were given and those index value starts with 0. Here we can give explicit index value also. If you will not use this index attribute, then by default it will be what? It will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if you are using the array, this one, and if you will not use this index value, then what do you think? What will happen? Will it give you any error? Let us check. No, it will not give you the error. The only difference will be what, bete? The index will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is default in case of array, since we have not used the index attribute. So if you want to give your index name, your index level, then you have to give the index attribute as well, whatever index attribute you want. If you will not use this index attribute bete, then automatically it will take the index value that will be start from 0. Okay, so already we have discussed using array, using dictionary, using scalar value, and next topic, indexing in series. Just now what I told you is beta indexing in series means if you are using the index attribute to set your own label or your own index, then it will be known as indexing. Okay, now come to the next one, head and tail functions. There are two functions, beta, head functions and tail functions. But you have to remember all these things because all these functions, all this concept will be used in the second data structure also, and the name of the second data structure which we will discuss is data frame. So first we are discussing one dimensional data structure, that is series, and next we will discuss data frame, that will be two dimensional. But all these functions, all these concept will be applicable there also. So you have to listen me carefully and you have to go through my Python code as well. Okay, so the next functions are head functions and tail functions. So head function will do what, beta? If you will write head function, it is used to access first 5 rows of a series, and tail function will give you the last 5 rows of series. Now see, let us have one. Let me copy this one, beta, so that it will be easier for us. Okay, let us have a series having more than 5 elements so that we can find out how the tail function and head functions are executing. Okay, I think that will be enough, and let us have index value also, index attribute also. Okay, so what to give as index, beta? Let us have integer or anything. Suppose let me take it as integer value 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. How many values we are having, beta? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here one more. Okay, let us check whether our series has been created or not. Yes, it has been created. Now we have to use what, beta? Head function and tail function. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to write name of the series, that is SCR in our case, and then you have to write head. What it will give you? It will give you 5 elements from the top. Okay, so let us check. Yes, it is giving us 5 elements from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 elements from the top. And if you will write tail function, then it will give you 5 elements from the bottom of the series. It will give you, see, 10, 12, sorry, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 5 elements from the bottom. Okay, so you may ask me that what if you don't want 5 elements, if you want less than 5 elements? Okay, so yes, if you want less than 5 element, in that case you have to provide the number, how many number of elements you want. For example, I will write 3, then it will give you 3 elements from the last. Got it? 3 element from the last. Similarly, if you want 3 element from the top, you have to write it will give you 3 elements from the top. And since we are having here, beta, how many elements? 9 elements we are having. If you will write greater than 9, suppose you will write 15, then it is not going to give you any error, beta. Just since it is having only 9 elements, it will give you all the 9 elements. That's it. Okay, and if you don't provide any number, by default it will return you how many elements? 5 elements. But if you want less than 5 or anything apart from 5, then you have to specify that many elements. Suppose you want 6 elements, then write here 6, it will give you 6 elements. Okay, so this was all about head function and tail function. Okay, so next important thing is, beta, selection in series. Selection in series means suppose you want to access elements. Okay, so series provide 3 things, beta: LOC, ILOC, and the square bracket. Let us understood this one. one by one. What is LOC? Okay, what is LOC? So it is label based, which means that we have to specify the name of the index that we need to filter out. LOC means what we have to provide? We have to provide name of the index. Remember, LOC takes name of the index, and in this case we are having name of the index as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Remember we are having two types of index here. First, which is implicitly provide, which is automatically provide, that starts from 0, and this is what we are providing as our level. So in case of LOC, the LOC takes this index labels. Okay, and how to use, I am telling you suppose you will write LOC and within bracket you will write 20. What do you think? What will be the output? 4, because at the index label 20, which element is stored? It is 4. Clear now? Okay, so suppose I am writing here, I want the elements from index label 10 to index label 40. This I am giving you range. In case of LOC, ILOC, you are having choice. You may access single element or you may access multiple elements also. If you want range of elements, then you have to provide starting range value and ending range value. So I have given the starting range value as 10 now and ending range value as 14. What do you think? What will be the output here? The output will be what? 2, 4, 6, 8. Let us check. 2, 4, 6 and 8. Okay, got it? So LOC function is used to filter elements using the index name, this index name that we are providing. But unlike this one, we are having another one and that one is ILOC. ILOC means integer location. Integer location means what? Which is implicitly given by the system. For example, if I will write here ILOC, okay, so what do you think? What will be the output here? Any output we will get, or our output will be empty? Our output will remain empty. Why? Because the default index, the implicit index, starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and since we are having only 9 elements, it will be from 0 to 8. So nothing like these index value here. So what we have to do, if you will change it from here 0 to 4, then we will have some output, but we have to check what output we are getting. Now see what we are getting. Now this ILOC will take default index value, the same index value which we were using in case of NumPy array. So this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2, 3, 4. But since it is using the default index value, the last index value will remain excluded and it will take only 0, 1, 2 and 3. Last will be excluded, 4 minus 1. So we will have to move up to 3. So the result will be 2, 4, 6 and 8. But you got the difference between LOC and ILOC? Let me explain you once again. LOC will take the index label provided by us using index attribute, and ILOC will take the implicit index value okay, so which starts with 0. In case of LOC, both the starting value and ending value are included in the result, but in case of ILOC, the end value will be excluded from the result. Okay, so let me explain by giving one more example. What if we will have the index value like this one? Okay, let me give some we are having 9 elements, so we have to give, or let me do one thing. Here 6 element, let us remove 3 elements from here. Okay, now that will be easier for us. Let us see whether the series has been created correctly or not. Yes, it has been created. Now this time we are having index is this one. Okay, so let us again check better using LOC and ILOC. What will happen if we will write series LOC dot LOC? Now what I want better, I want elements from index level A to D. What I have to write? A to D. Error. Why it is so? Because there is nothing like A here. You have to mention A. You got na bete why I am discussing these things? Because in case of LOC you have to provide name of the label just like what you have provided in index attribute. Okay, then only you will have your result. Now see, now for index level A we are having element 2, for index level B we are having element 4. That's why from A to D we are getting all the result like this one. Okay, so LOC will use the index level name, but if we will use ILOC and if you will write like that, this only you will have no output. Okay, so in this case what we have to do bete, what is needed, we can't write like this, we have to write like 0 then 4, and now we are having the output, but see carefully, the values are from 0 to 3, 4 is excluded. Okay, now bete just like ILOC, the another technique to select element is only square bracket. Okay, just like we were using slicing, here the slicing also works in case of series. If you will write this one, you will have the same output, same as the previous one. Okay, so the three things are used to select the elements of series. And what are those bete? First one was LOC, next one was ILOC, and third one is square bracket, that already we have discussed in case of array. Okay, so these were all about series bete, and next day I will start your data frame, that will be two-dimensional data structure. Okay, so I hope this topic must have been clear to all of you bete. If you are having any kind of doubt, just ask me in the comment box. I will provide you my email ID also. If you want to contact me, if you want to drop any kind of your suggestion, any kind of comment, then you may also drop there. So I hope you are following my videos very carefully, and if you find this one as useful, then like, subscribe and share with your friends bete. So till the next video is coming, take care of yourself, follow my videos and update your notebook. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.